I just find it really interesting to think of gardening as more of an artistic process than I think sometimes people only think about the plants, but I like to think about the emotion and feeling that a garden evokes. So for me, that's a big part of it. My name is Tangeman, and my Instagram handle is Roughwood Softgrass. I have a garden in a small house surrounded by hedges that you can't see from the street. This garden here I've been working on for almost 20 years. You know, it's kind of a meditation for me. I just enjoy coming home from work and walking through the garden and seeing what's happening. I like transforming things. When I started gardening, the lot was pretty empty, and so I've watched all these things grow from small things into, big, beautiful things. And that's something that the process over time is really enjoyable to watch. Living in the Pacific Northwest, we can grow so many things from around the world. It's kind of a plant wonderland, really. I mean, there are things blooming in the garden here all year. Since I started Roughwood Softgrass, I've started sort of communicating more with gardeners. I just thought that it was time that I sort of share it with other people more, and that was a good way to do it. It's a very visual thing for me. I used to paint, and I haven't really painted for a long time, but I think gardening has kind of taken the place of that. But it involves so much more than just a flat surface. It's form and texture and smell and sound, everything. A lot of times the surrounding landscape will give you clues into what's in the garden or how the garden should feel. And I struggled when we moved here with how to find a sense of place for this garden. I think I just realized that the house itself is sort of defines this garden. It's really humble and cedar-sided, unassuming. And if I grow something that's like a really flamboyant poppy, it just doesn't look like it fits here. It looks like it's too much. So I try to grow like simple flowers. I like to shop at local nurseries as much as I can. Our Reaches Forest Farm. Oh, Sky Nursery is close by. I love it. It's partly about the plants, but it's more about the atmosphere and the sort of feeling that it evokes when you walk around. I really love, I just have memories of gardens or places when I was young that have stayed with me, and I tried to sort of recreate those. I follow a lot of accounts in Europe. I'm half Finnish, and somehow I early on followed someone in Finland, and so I now have like a bunch of Finnish gardeners I follow, and their accounts are beautiful because I remember my childhood trips to Finland when I was young, and so I can look at their gardens and see that, remember that. You read articles about how good it is for people's mental health to be around plants, growing things in nature. I do think it's just to be immersed in nature and just feels good. Just the joy that they can bring, and there's just so much beauty to be seen there in greenery. I like a garden that does have a sense of place, like when you're in the garden, something about what's surrounding it, because it's sort of reflecting it from within. I hope this garden kind of does that, but like I said, it's a suburban cul-de-sac, so it's kind of more about this as a home and a house.